Hi Nuri fam, and welcome into this Pilates Sculpt class. For today's workout, we are doing a very beginner-friendly Pilates class. So you can think of this as a really nice intro to Pilates, or if you are actually a little bit more experienced in your Pilates practice, you can use this as a really nice way to do a little bit of a lighter workout or just revisit the basics so you get the most out of the rest of your practices. When you're ready, you guys, we are gonna get started on our backs. All you're gonna need for this workout is a mat, by the way. So no other equipment. We love that for us. Grab a hold of your legs, make it onto your back, and then stretch your legs out nice and long. Interlace your fingers together and press your palms up and away from you overhead. Flex your feet, maybe arch your spine, and take a few wiggles side to side. Like a nice good morning stretch, yawning open through the torso, the chest, really pushing down through the feet, up through the hands. And when you're ready, easy, relax everything. Go ahead and hug your right leg into your chest. Give it a big squeeze. And allow the weight of your right leg to be really heavy into your chest. The only effort you're exerting here is within your hands, maybe a little bit in your arms. So try to let go of any grip that you might be having in your hip. And then take your right leg into your right hand and guide it over to your right armpit. So we're opening up that inner thigh, sending our left hip gently down to the floor, getting a nice stretch through the front of your left hip. And take a big breath in here, breathe in, send that breath all the way down to the base of your core, your pelvic floor. Then as you exhale, guide the leg back in through center. Hug the leg with your left arm and then take it across your body, supine twist. You can scoot your bottom hip back so your hips can stack. Maybe open up your arms like a goalpost or wide like a T. If it's available to you, eyes can look behind you. If you're doing this super early in the morning or maybe in like the middle of the day after sitting down for most of the day, you might have a lot of tension in your low back. Try to breathe into that space. And when you're ready, we'll come onto our back, give a big hug into that leg, squeeze it in, and then we'll switch. Hug your left leg into your chest, right leg goes long against your mat. And again, only tension here should be in the arms, in your hands. Try to let that left leg be super heavy into you. Relax your jaw, your forehead, your eyes. And then when you're ready, take your leg over towards the left. Feeling a nice inner thigh stretch. Little release for the pelvic floor. Again, take a big breath in. Feel your low belly rise in response. And as you exhale, guide the leg back in through center. We'll take it across our body, supine twist. Scoot your bottom hip back. Open up your arms, whichever way you did on the first side. Eyes look back. Let your body surrender to gravity here. Nice and heavy into the floor, recognizing that the floor is doing absolutely nothing to hold you up. So you don't need to try to make yourself smaller or tighter. Let yourself be nice and loose here. Enjoy it while it lasts. Take a big breath in. Exhale, come onto your back. Let's hug that left leg in one more time. Give her a big squeeze and then send your leg out long next to you. Now, bring your legs together and point through your toes. Hands go behind your head, elbows wide. We're gonna start really simple here. So take a deep breath in and notice how your ribs naturally kind of expand. Nothing too forceful. And as you exhale, I want you to imagine knitting your rib cage tight together like a corset and feel it slightly impress down to the mat. Again, nothing too forceful here. Again, like that, take a big breath in. Feel the ribs naturally expand. And as you exhale, close in through the ribs. Feel the middle of your spine go closer towards the floor. 2 more times like that. So what we're finding here is a nice neutral alignment of our spine. We're not trying to push it down into the mat. We're also not allowing ourselves to arch the back. On your next exhale, I want you to hold that structure with your ribs and then tuck your chin towards your chest. Exhale, roll up, up, up. Eyes look in, and then inhale, lengthen back down. Exhale, close the ribs, tuck chin to chest, roll up. And inhale, lower down. We're gonna start to add on here. On your exhale, lift your right leg up, float it up, up, up. Try to stretch it long, reach it out and down as you lower the head. We'll switch sides. Exhale, left leg lifts up. Inhale, lower down. Now, as we alternate through this, I want you to focus on that space right underneath your sternum, your upper rib cage. That's where you should really be feeling this ignite. Getting into those like first two upper rows of your abdominals. Take it down slow. Exhale, curl it up. And we're really aiming for the shape in our torso to be relatively flat, okay? Now, what that's really aiming at is trying not to bulge the core up. So if you feel like you have this coning where the abdominals are kind of pushing up and out, I want you to take everything so much smaller. Little baby lift, and make sure you're really nailing that rigs hubbing in and down. Lift up and lower. Let's do one more to the left. Exhale, curl up. Now keep your upper body lifted. Lower your left leg down, just little lifts up and up. Take a moment here, peek down at your core. I want you to draw that navel down towards the floor, hug everything in, like the 4 points of your abdominals and your upper torso. I'm talking your shoulders and then your hip points. Everything pulls in towards the center. Elbows wide, chin slightly lifted off that chest. We'll go for 8, 7, 6. You're doing so good. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower it down. Press your hands down by your side onto the mat. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. Hug the ribs in and flex your feet. Right knee pulls into your chest and then extend it straight up to the sky. It's okay if it has a big bend in it. I know this one can be really intense for the hamstring. We'll go for single leg circles. So take your leg across your body towards your left shoulder, and then circle it down through center at 45 degrees. Not too low, not too high. Take your leg up and over towards your right shoulder. Again, shoulder not wider than the shoulder. And then bring it back in through center. So we want to hit those points. You go to the left shoulder, down at center, 45 degrees, up and over to the right shoulder and back through center. Let's do it one more time, nice and slow. Make sure that left foot is really flexed. Back of your leg is into the mat. Now we take it faster. Swing across, out, and up. Across, out, and up. Now you're gonna notice as we go a little bit faster, that momentum is gonna tease us and make us wanna kind of move the hips around. Press the back of your hips down into the mat, drop the shoulders, and try to eliminate any movement through the hip bones. We got one more. Hold it through center. We'll reverse. Take it over to the right, down, across, and up. Out, down, across, and up. Like you're tracing a big circle on the ceiling with that leg. Try to press down through the arms, push down through the back of the left leg, really working on stability of our pelvis and lubricating through that hip, building some mobility, some heat. Last one, hold it up through center, bend your leg, and push down through the floor as you lengthen the leg next to your left. Flex that right foot, we'll take our second side. Pull the left leg in and lengthen it up to the sky. Slow to start. We take it across the body, go down at 45 degrees, lift up and over towards the left shoulder, back up through center. Again, like that, focus in on the back of your hips. Don't let them lift off the floor, especially that right hip. Lift up, one more time. Across, down, out. Now let's take it quicker. We go across, down, out, and up. Notice what's happening through the ribs. Hug them in and down just like we established. Tuck your chin slightly so we have a long back of your neck. We're not looking like this up to the sky, right? This doesn't even look cute, and it definitely doesn't feel cute. Tuck that chin slightly. A double chin is better than doing that to your neck, okay? Give me one more. Take it across, down, out, and up, and then we'll switch. Take it over to your left, down, across to the right, and up. A little bit quicker, add that swing. Across and up, across and up. Beautiful. We'll take 4 more. 3. Even feeling a little bit of that thigh, right? Last one. Hold it up through center. Bend your leg. Hug it in tight. And then pull your right leg in to meet it. Grab a hold of both shins. Take a big breath in. Exhale, we curl head, neck, and chest up, going for a big abdominal series. Right hand is on your right shin. Left hand grabs your right ankle. Shoot your left leg out to 45 degrees. Now hear the breath. Inhale. Exhale, you pull in tighter, tighter. Inhale, switch. Exhale, pull. That's our rhythm. We switch and switch. Inhale, exhale. Try to get the tips of your shoulder blades up off the mat. Elbows slightly wide and lifted so those arms are active. We'll go for 3, rest in 2, and 1. Bend your knees, relax it down. You can shimmy out the hips a little bit to release that back. There's so much more to go. Take a big breath in. Exhale, curl head, neck, and chest up. From here, lengthen both arms out, both legs out. You circle the arms in, pull everything in tight, tight, tight like a ball. Lengthen out. Pull in. Now, if this is so intense for you, you can always do this with your head on the ground, okay? And that pretty much applies to like anything that I'm showing you in this abdominal series. You can always just bring that head to the floor, okay? Now, you know that you're taking your legs way too low. When your low back starts to peel off the ground, try to maintain that neutral alignment we established at the top of class. Let's go for 1 more, guys. Big stretch all the way out. Circle everything in and lower down. Breath in. Exhale, curl head, neck, and chest up. I told you there was more. Get excited. Lengthen both legs up. Both hands on your right leg. Lower your left leg down to 45 degrees. 2 quick pulses. In with your right leg. You switch. In. Now, I know the hamstrings are probably crying right now because they're getting the biggest stretch, which we love, but this is still an abdominal exercise. So try to lift your head towards your legs, not just yanking your legs towards your face, yeah? Keep it going. We'll go for 4. Last 3. Good. Last 2. And 1. Whoo, baby. Oh, that one takes my breath away. And it doesn't help that I'm talking through it. All right, more. Bring your hands behind your head, elbows wide. Keep your knees tucked in. Big inhale. Exhale, hug the ribs in and down, curl up. Lengthen both legs up. You want them right in line with your hips. So if you're super flexible, try not to do this. Pull your legs in line, stack over the hips. Lower the legs down slow to 45 degrees. Ooh, I'm shaking. Lift it back up. I shouldn't be surprised by the shake at this point, but like every time it does surprise me. Even still, when am I gonna learn? We don't know. Try to press your legs together a little bit tighter so you feel the inner thighs work. Again, if you need to lower your head down, absolutely do it. Keep going. 2 more. Lower, slow. Be honest with yourself. Keep those knees right over your hips. No closer. Last one. Take it down. Lift all the way up. Bend your knees and relax it. That one just like gets my low core like no other, I swear. Whew. Okay, next up, we only have 2 more in this series. You're welcome. I know, hold your applause. We're going for crisscross. You've probably seen something so similar to this, but a little different with Pilates. So bring your hands behind your head, elbows wide. Again, knees are tucked. Big breath in. Exhale, curl up. From here, we shoot the left leg out to 45 degrees. Notice, we're not going super low. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Higher is better for your low back, okay? Especially if you have a super tight low back. Now, twist over to your right. We are not gonna stop here. We're gonna open the elbows, eyes look back, okay? Now try to pull that right leg in. Switch. Look back to your left elbow. You switch and switch and switch. Good. Again, if you need to modify, you can always lower the head, neck, and shoulders and just push through the legs like so. We're not pedaling the legs, we're pressing out, darting the leg out to 45. Good. Finding control with that tempo. Try not to push any faster. I know it's so tempting. In Pilates, we're going deliberately slow so we can really find that form. We go for 4. You rest in 3. Final 2 and 1, my loves. We're almost there. We have one more thing. Are you ready to meet the final boss of this ab series? She's gonna go a little crazy. Her name is Hundreds, okay? I like to call her thousands or millions because sometimes it really does feel like we're in it that long. The name is for the purpose of how many reps we're gonna do. Now, we're not actually gonna do 100 reps of this, but know that in other Pilates classes, you could very well be doing 100 reps of this. We're not gonna do that today. You're welcome. Thank me later. But I am gonna show you what it is. So pull your legs back in, hands to your shins. Take a breath in. Exhale, curl up. Now from here, bring your hands to hover about 2 inches off the floor by your side. Lengthen your legs out tabletop. Again, knees stack right over your hips. Begin to vigorously pump the arms up and down. Your breath is inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Try to lift the tips of your shoulders up a little bit higher. Lengthen out through the arms. Try not to just flop the arms. You're really pressing down as you reach through the elbows, reach through the fingers. The arms are stiff, yes? 3 more rounds. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't be like me. Take your legs a little bit further. Don't let them creep towards your chest. Last one like this, my friends. Big breath in. Big exhale out and lower everything down. Brava. Whew. She's rude. That's all I can say about that. Plant your feet flat. All right, we're gonna move on to a roll up, but we will be doing a roll up modification because this one can be incredibly difficult, especially if you're newer to Pilates. So plant your feet flat to the floor. They don't have to be super close to you like this. A little bit further away is fine. You reach your arms up overhead. Again, inhale. Exhale, hug the ribs in and down. Tuck your chin towards your chest and begin to round yourself up like you're gonna sit up. Now, right here, grab a hold of your legs, pull them in tighter if you need, and then use the strength of your arms to pull yourself up. Notice how we're still rounded. We're gonna take it all the way forward in that rounded shape. Try to pull your forehead between your thighs and then take it down slow in reverse. Draw your navel towards your backbone. Feel that really nice stretch through your back as you pull against the legs. The second that you have to, you let go. Let the abs take over and then lower down so dang slow. Again, inhale. Exhale, roll up. Nod the chin towards the chest. Eyes look to thighs. Go ahead, grab them. Round it forward. So this is a really, really nice prep for getting us acquainted with the sensation of a full roll up. And really the only difference between that full roll up and this one is that the legs are straight and you don't use your arms for guidance. But for now, I'd love for you to build strength here in this shape because it can take a long time to get acquainted with that sensation, like I said earlier. Take it down slow. All right, let's go for one more big breath in. Exhale, take your time. Bring it up, 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 up. Find that rounded shape. Big stretch through the back. And then ground down through the tailbone. Roll yourself up like you're sitting up against a wall. Bring your hands down by your side and scoot yourself back just a little bit more. Lengthen your legs out and flex your toes to the sky. Good job, you guys. Reach your arms forward. Drop down through the shoulders. Again, try to pull everything in tight. Pull your right elbow back like you're knocking a bow and arrow. Extend your arm and look back towards your fingertips. Bend the arm back in and then reach it back out. Now here, really easy to get short through the spine. Get really tall. Left arm pulls back. Extend it out. Look back, back, back. Bring it all the way back in and reach. Now we're gonna smooth it out. We're not going faster, just a little bit smoother. Lengthen out. Pull back in and reach. I want you to be mindful of your feet. This is gonna sound really weird, but don't let them shimmy like this, right? That tells me that you're really moving from your low spine, which is not what we want because your low back tends to take a lot of stress from what your upper spine can't do. And your upper spine, like your thoracic spine, where your rib cage is actually where we're meant to twist from, doing movements like this in our daily life. Like you're grabbing something from the back seat of your car, you're bringing it back to the front, right? Doing stuff like that actually comes from our thoracic spine, or at least it should, because that's where we get most of our spinal mobility. It's about like 50%. So I want you to practice twisting from there. Imagine your rib cage peeling back. Rooting down through your sits bones, those two bony points at the end of your glutes, they're pressing down into the floor. You're getting tall through the top of your head, and your shoulders are getting roasted and toasted, because I know mine are. Give me one more with your left. Reach it out, twist a little bit further through the ribs, pull all the way back in, reach forward, press your arms down. Good stuff. Take your legs wide, about as wide as your mat, or a little bit wider than your hips if you don't have a mat. Flex your feet. We're gonna go for a saw. This one's my favorite mobility exercise of all time. So reach your arms out, drop down through the shoulders, hug the ribs in. We get tall and twist over to our right. Again, with the ribs, same sensation. Now flip your back palm down, nod your chin towards your chest, check out your hand, see what's going on back there. Left arm is gonna reach past your right foot. Reach, 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 reach. Your ears listening to the floor. Press down through your left hip and roll up through the spine. Open your palms back up and then bring it back through center. Get tall through the head. Switching sides. Exhale, twist to your left. Flip your back palm down, nod chin to chest. Reach past your left pinky toe. Press down through your right hip, roll up. Notch by notch through the spine. Open the arms, bring it back in. Okay, let's smooth that out. Twist to the right. Reach past the left foot. Roll up through the spine, pull back through center, really lifting up through your low belly. Try to hold yourself up with that low core. I almost like to imagine like I'm picking my hips, my belly button up away from the ground, right? That's the sensation, zipping up through the low core. Reach, reach, reach. Press down through the hip, roll all the way up. Let's just take it one more time. Enjoying that stretch through the back line of the body. Feeling that all the way through the hamstring, stretching down to the opposite hip. Pull back in through center and press it down. All right, y'all, we made it through that. Bring your legs together, scoot towards the center of your space. We're gonna come onto our side. So lengthen your body out in one long line, press down through your top arm, flex your feet, and then pick your legs up, bring them to the top corner of your mat, kind of on a 45-degree angle. We love those in Pilates. Press down through your shoulders, pull up through your core, so we're not relaxed here, really active, okay? Push down through the floor as you lift your top leg up, and then press it down. Good. Now I want you to try to get your top leg longer than your bottom leg. So press this top hip down and away from you. Try to create space between your hip and your ribs up top. Lengthen out and up, and press it down. Good. 3 more like that. Press up and press down. Working into your outer hip, really strengthening the outer glutes. So important, especially if you find yourself sitting a lot all day. Lift up and hold about hip height. Send your leg forward and then send your leg back. We're gonna make it a little fancier. You ready? Point through your toe, send it forward, flex your foot, send it back. Hardest part about this, hardest thing ever in Pilates is finding that stability in your core. I want your hips to stay stacked. Oops, I messed up the foot. I want your hips to stay nice and stacked. Don't let anything in your upper body give away the fact that you're moving in your lower body, right? So if I were to just look at you from your hips and up, I'd be like, oh, she's laying perfectly still. She's posing for a photo, but we're moving that bottom leg, right? That is the goal. So if you feel like you can't really do that, I want you to anchor down through this bottom leg, pull up through your belly. Let's do one more. Send it forward. Send it back, back, back. And then bring everything back in line. Little hover, lift up. Tiny pulses. Yeah, there's that heat. If you weren't already feeling it, now we know. We have 10, 9, halfway, last 4, 3, 2, give me one more, lift up, 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 and lower it down. Say thank you so much, glute. Oh my gosh. Now we're not quite done. I want you to lift this top leg, bend it in towards your face, and then plant your foot flat to the floor. You can take your top hand onto your thigh. You can thread it through, grab your ankle, whatever works best. Flex your bottom leg, really activate it, lift it up, and then press it down. Do that a few more times. Lifting up and lowering down. Now, hardest thing here in this movement is stretching through your bottom knee. It's gonna be really tempting to bend that leg because it technically takes the work out of the inner thigh muscles but it puts more force into your knee joint, which is not what we want. We're not here to stress the joints. We're here to strengthen the muscles so the joints are healthier, right? That's a really big principle in Pilates. So try to lengthen as much as you can through that knee, and also really flex your foot. It's gonna help to keep some tension around the joint so that we really put tension in the musculature. Let's do one more. Hold it up right here. Find a little pause. We point through the toe. I want you to take your foot forward 2 inches, up 2 inches, back 2 inches, and down. It's a circle. We go front, up, back, and down. A little bit smaller, a little bit quicker. Again, try not to move your hips. Find isolation, anchor down through the leg, anchor down through the arm, pull up through the core. Let's do one more. Reverse the direction. Take it back, up, and forward. Back, up, and forward. Like you're tracing a softball. It's very small, tiny, tiny movement. Whoo! Small movement always gets you, I swear. Last 3, last 2. Give me one more and lower it down. Bend your legs together. Press yourself up. Let's do the second side. So you can spin yourself over. And then let's set up, lengthening your body out, one long line. That's where we're gonna start. And then flex your feet, pick your legs up, bring them to the top corner of your space. Now, again, try to send this top hip away from you. Try to lift your bottom ribs up just a little bit more so you really hold yourself up on both sides of your core. Press down through that top hand, start to lift your leg up and press it down. Now, the goal with all of that really meticulous, like skeletal stacking that we just walked through is to get us as close to the same posture that we would be in if we were to do this exact thing standing up. So if I were to literally take you and pick you up and prop you onto your feet, would you be proud of your alignment? Do you think anything would feel kind of out of whack? Like, would one shoulder be super dropped down from the other? Would one hip be hiked up to your ribs, right? I want you to think about that as you do any kind of side lying stuff, as you do really anything on the mat, is would I be satisfied with my posture, with my form, if I were to do the same exact thing in standing, right? That makes it so much harder, but it's so much more rewarding. Next one, hold it up. Stay right here. Now send your leg forward and then send it back. Notice that I'm not trying to kick my face here. That's really not the point. We want to take it the same distance front as we're going back. Obviously, anatomy-wise, we're not going to be able to take the legs super far back without letting go of the spine. So you take it a little bit back and just a little bit forward. Let's start to add that ankle. We point through the ankle and then we flex the ankle. Point forward and send it back. I always like to imagine here like I'm swimming, just kind of like pushing myself through the water, sending it forward. That would be so nice to go swimming right now, but there's like pounds of snow outside of my window. Not the season for that. 2 more. Send it front. Send it back. Last one, really pulling up through the belly. Send it back. Now point through your toe. Hover it just above your bottom leg. Little pulses up. Up. Yes. There it is. My outer hips. They are alive and well. Close to death, but alive and well. We have 8, 7, 6, 5. You rest in 4. Get that leg up. 3, 2, and 1. Ah! Okay, we're going for the inner thigh work. Bend your leg. Let's cross it up and over. Take your top hand wherever you would like, my love. Flex that bottom foot. Lengthen through your knee before we go ahead and lift her up and press it down. Lift it up. Again, push the leg down. Try not to just drop it to the floor. You'll be cheating yourself out of like 50% of the workout if you're doing that. And I think the fact that you're here, you hit start on this video and you're still watching it right now means that you want to do the whole thing, right? So let's really commit to the whole thing. Lift it up and press it down. Pull up through the core. Just a little check-in. That's what I'm here for. Drop through the shoulders. Relax your jaw. A little smile can't hurt, you know. It's just a workout. 2 more, lift up. Press it down. Last one, we hold it. Point through your toe. Send it forward towards me. Lift up to the sky. Take it back and lower down. Let's take it quicker. Up and around. Up and around. Close your eyes if you'd like. Imagine tracing that softball. Keep it pretty small within your control. We got 4, reverse in 3, in 2, last one, reverse, back up and forward. Whoo! Eating a big slice of humble pie right now. Like no equipment workouts. They should be easy, right? You would think, but no, it's all about your intention, all about that form. And I think we're proving that right now. 2 more. Last one, and lower it down. Whoo-wee. Okay, press yourself up. We're gonna do one last thing here for this workout, and it's a glute bridge. Sit down onto your hips and then make your way onto your back. Plant your feet flat. Now this time I do want your heels in pretty close towards you. So if you were to lengthen your arms out, you should be able to touch your ankles, okay? Now bring your hands down by your side, a little bit wider. Drop through the shoulders, hug in through your ribs, and begin to tuck your hips up. Just a little bit. See how I'm not going to a full glute bridge yet? Now send the hips back down. That's all I want us to practice. As we do that, feel a lift up of your low core, like you're zipping up some pants from your pubic bone up to your navel. You find that scoop up, 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 and a lower down. Now, stuff like this made it really difficult for me to love Pilates when I first started. I don't know if I ever told you guys this story, but like when I first started out on my Pilates journey, I was in college. I had to take it for a course in school because I went to dance school. And I remember doing stuff like this and I was like, first of all, I'm bored. Second of all, like this is uncomfortable. And it was uncomfortable because it's corrective, right? We're trying to instill new habits, new patterns into our body, right? Think about how hard it is to install a new habit, a new pattern just into your mind or like behavior. Now, think about that with your musculature. It's so difficult to do that. So it's normal if you're like, I don't get it, and you're like, this is kind of boring. Try your best to find the beauty in it. Find that lift up of your core. No, every single time you do that, you're making the rest of your life easier, okay? Like for real, that's not an exaggeration. Every single time we connect to our pelvic floor, we connect like deep, deep, deep within our abdominals, we're supporting every single activity that we do in our life because your core is literally involved in everything, okay? One more time, lift it up, let's hold it up at the top. Now from here, I want you to keep that same scooping sensation. Roll up, up, up to a glute bridge. Now, let's break this down. We are not gonna throw it back like it's Friday night. I want you to hug the rib cage in. Try to create one long line from your knee to your shoulder. And then from the very top of your spine, begin to roll back down. Feel your middle back, your low back, and your hips. Okay, let's do it again. Scoop up. Find that same initial lift up of the low belly. Roll yourself up, up, up to the top. And then from the top of the spine, you roll it down. Okay, let's go just a little bit faster. Push down through the feet, roll it up, and then roll down. 3 more, really connecting to the pelvic floor, finding that scooping up sensation. Last 2. Last one, my loves, let's hold it up. Our finale, we're gonna lift our heels off the floor and press the heels down. Now this is not like a big principle in Pilates, but it's definitely a fun way to just extrapolate on the basics here. This is gonna challenge our stability, but also really work our ankle strength. I want you to think about hugging your thighs in a little bit closer, push down through the feet, heels press to the floor. Try your best to keep your hips lifted and gifted, baby. You got 2 more. Lift it up. Press it down, down, down. Last one. Hold your heels up. Pulse your hips up. Up. Because what would it be without a pulse? We had 10, 9, 8. A little bit higher. Last 4, 3, 2, give me 1 more. Keep your heels up from the very top of your spine. You roll down slow for 4, 3, scooping through the belly, 2, and 1. Pull your legs into your chest. Grab a hold of your thighs and rock and roll yourself up. We did it, y'all. Woo! If you made it all the way to the end of this workout, give yourself a big pat on the back, mentally or physically. I think you earned it. Bring the soles of your feet together, knees nice and wide. Let's dive the head forward, take a nice stretch. It's one of my favorite things about Pilates is that we do incorporate a lot of stretching, so you'll get a lot of that strength, but we're also going to open you back up so you never feel like stiff and tight after a workout. You'll feel really balanced and refreshed. While you're here, take a moment of reflection, especially if this is one of your first workout classes in a long time, or maybe this was your first ever whack at Pilates. I want you to be proud of yourself, okay? Cast all judgment aside. Be proud of yourself and the effort that you put in to yourself for showing up today. It takes a lot of bravery, a lot of creativity, a lot of curiosity, a lot of humility sometimes. So I want you to just acknowledge that. It's very hard to show up for yourself, especially like when you're in the comfort of your own home and you're learning off of somebody on a screen. But you are that girl. And you did that. All right, press down through your hips, roll it up, come into a comfortable seat. Let's roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Take a big neck roll. Doesn't matter which direction. Nice and slow. And then let's do one the other way. And when you're ready, my friends, lift yourself up nice and tall. We'll take one big breath in to seal the deal. Exhale, let the arms float down by your side. Thank you so much for your time and your energy. Congrats if this was one of your first classes ever with me. I hope to see you in another one soon.